If you are a Black woman whose finances are keeping you stuck in a job that you hate, then this video is for you. I'm Celeste. I work contract jobs to pay my bills and to provide time freedom so that I can travel, relax, do other things, and live a life that's not wholly centered around work. Today, we're here to talk about money. I want people to explore contract work because I want people to stop working 60 hours for 40 hours of pay. But I realized that I should take a step back and just kind of explore what might be holding Black women back from even looking at other full time jobs. I have been hearing a lot of conversations lately and watching a lot of videos lately about this topic. And so I thought I would touch on some of the financial aspect. I have come up with 3 questions to ask yourself to see if money is really the thing that's keeping you stuck in a job that you hate. Question number 1: what material possessions or experiences or material things in my life are worth me staying at that job to pay for? So this is like what the things in your life that cost money, you know, material things that cost money or experiences that cost money. Are those things worth staying in a job that you hate for? So this is something that only you can answer. And this is really a question about spending priorities, because maybe it's not money as a concept. Like maybe that's not what's keeping you stuck. Maybe it's your spending priorities. And that is something that you absolutely have full control over. Quick story time. So back in 2018, I was working at a job that I did not like. And what I told myself was, oh, I'm going to stay until I pay off my credit card and then I can go, look for another job. So at the end of the year, I had just started doing financial, personal finance reviews. And I'm looking through my statements, I'm doing some math, and the balance, my credit card balance that I was trying to pay off was like $7,000. But I had spent $14,000 in paying off new charges. So I had accrued $14,000 and paid it off and still had the $7,000 balance, which means I could have paid off that credit card 2 times and been gone from that job. But, so that was a spending priority thing. And then I looked around, I'm like, well, what did I spend it on? And all I could really come up with was like some clothes, maybe. So that's where that test came from, that question came from. It's like looking around and seeing what you have that is worth you staying at the job you hate, because it happened to me. And I looked around and I was mad. So I don't want that to happen to you. So I'm really curious about your answers to this question. So please let me know in the comments if there is something, a thing, an experience, whatever in your life that the cost of it is worth you staying at a job that you hate. I'm just curious, like what this brings up for people. All right. So question 2 is, do I think that I won't be able to find another job, so I don't even apply? And this is, a lot of times people say they can't change jobs because they need the money, but the money that you need might be over at that new job, right? If you won't even consider looking for a job, you're just telling yourself it's impossible and you don't consider looking, then it might not be a money issue. It might actually be a confidence issue. So this is something that came up on H&D Abroad's YouTube live called Job Security Superstition. So we were talking about a bunch of other stuff in the chat, but one thing that we talked about was the way that these jobs beat down our confidence to the point where we can feel like this is the only job that will ever have me. Like, almost like abuse victims, kind of. Like, I don't want to make light of that, but like, it's that same sort of language. Like, no one else will have you, no one else will love you, no one else will employ you, which is clearly false, right? If you're a Black woman at a job, you had to be excellent just to even get there, because like, we have to be so good at our jobs to even just be there. And so the fact that, and I've seen really talented Black women walking around beaten down, thinking that something is wrong with them, or they don't have the skills, or they lack, something in some kind of way. And it's not them. It's the job. It's the environment. So I've done enough pep talks to know. So that is a Jedi mind trick. Don't fall for it. I know the job market is tough right now, but I'm talking to the people who haven't even looked, because they just have already made up their minds that they can't, or they're not good enough. So let's get rid of that. The third question to ask yourself is, do I not have the money, or do I just not have money I can get to? What I want to say about this is, I know that we're told, to put away money for retirement, 401k, et cetera, et cetera. And, we want to be responsible and we want to think about our future. So we follow the advice. But for a lot of us, that might be all of our net worth tied up in a 401k that we can't get to. I'm not saying to not invest in your company's 401k or 403b or whatever, like, especially if they provide a match. But what I'm saying is, if all of your money is tied up there, then you might need to rebalance things. You need a pot of money that you can access without penalty to give yourself the cushion to bet on yourself. So, maybe that's a high yield savings account, or, money in some kind of vehicle you can access. And then if you don't need it, it can go to retirement. Just think about how you might rebalance things if you're saying to yourself, I don't have money, and I can't change jobs because I need the money. I don't have money. Oh, and then one more thing. Kind of question 3B. Is the long-term payoff of the things that your money is tied up in, number one, is it guaranteed? And number two, is it worth your current suffering? I'm not saying to not save for a retirement that might be 20 years away, 15 years away. I'm not saying don't save for it, but if the choice is that, or, stroke out at work, just take some time to think about the trade-offs that you're making. So to recap, my 3 questions to think about to decide if money really is a thing that's holding you back from making a career change. Number 1 was, what possessions, material things, or experiences that cost money are worth me staying at that job that I hate? Question 2 is, do I think I won't be able to find another job, so I won't even look? And then question 3 is, do I not have money, or do I just not have money I can get to? I would love to know what this conversation sparked for you. So please leave a comment below. I will leave links in the description to H&D's video that I mentioned, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you are interested in hearing more about contract work and how you can build a life with more time freedom in it.